It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning, and this segment is meant only for listeners who aren't currently stuck in an elevator. Because those people already have closure, and they hate it.
Too much closure.
Well, this one isn't necessarily about physical closure. It's more of an emotional thing that they're going through. And they need some help getting resolution. And that's why we do a closure call.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, we had a door sound effect for that.
Wow,
okay.
That's the sound of you getting closure.
Oh, okay.
And one of our listeners, Vincent, needs some help getting a little peace of mind in his own life. So, Vincent, welcome to the show, man.
Hi, thanks.
Do we play a door open sound right now?
Because he's here.
We don't have the budget for that sound effect.
We only have one door.
That's all we could afford. Hopefully next year we can get both sounds.
That sounds like
Vincent.
Okay.
Vincent, I just want to thank you for being on the show because obviously you're going to probably share something with us that's vulnerable and it's not necessarily about doors.
Sorry, we're trying to figure out the details of the segment.
I don't know. Maybe your problem is something involving doors. Tell us why you emailed the show.
So back in high school, I had a good female friend, Gina, and I always kind of wondered what if, like it was a strong connection and we laughed and joked a lot.
Right.
And
so like what if you dated? Is that what you mean?
Or what if you were like a superhero team, the two of you together?
Both big dreams.
I haven't thought that about my friends.
I was like, what if it was more than platonic?
Yeah.
There it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like super platonic.
Yeah.
No.
How long, can I ask, like, are we talking 10 years ago? We're talking 3 years ago?
It's about 20 years ago.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
It's been a minute. And do you still talk to Gina?
Yeah, we kind of exchanged Facebook message here and there and things like that.
Okay.
But we kind of made a pact that if we were both single and had no kids by 35, we'd get married.
Who didn't make a pact like that,
I don't
right?
remember who I made that pact with. If
You
you're
don't
listening, I did make the pact. If you're listening, find me because I'm in my 30s now and I need to get married.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it's a pretty common thing that people do. But how did that come up between you and Gina?
It was actually on our prom night. We're hanging out, drinking on the roof of our school.
Oh, cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we watched the sunrise, the whole deal.
Oh, wow.
Man.
And how many girls did you make that pact with that night? Was it just Gina or was it like 10, just to be sure?
No, it was just one for sure.
Did you guys kiss or anything that night?
We actually did. We sealed it with a handshake, and she pulled me in for a kiss, and I got to say, it was incredible.
Oh.
Wow.
Whoa. So
That's so
she instigated the
cute.
kiss.
It's like young love.
What's happened since then?
Yeah, we made the pact. Of course, we graduated, and we kept in touch all throughout college. And she even visited me in another city, and she stayed with me over a weekend and stuff. And
did things like go to any next level then?
No. We just kind of reconnected on a friendly level, I definitely would have connected with her on another level. It just it never seemed like it was the right timing.
Oh, okay.
And after that, we talked more infrequently, like every couple of years maybe, just like I said, via Facebook. And
Okay, nothing substantial, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So fast forward to 2 weeks ago, we had our 20-year high school reunion. And going into it, I sent her a message saying, "You better be coming." And she gave me a thumbs up. And I thought she'd say more, but...
Totally. But it sounded like she was supposed to be there.
Yeah, she was.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, she did make it. Okay.
Okay. So this is 20 years after you made that pact to seal the deal.
But nobody takes that seriously at this point, right? Like...
Do you?
Kind of. I mean, it was pretty serious when it happened, you know what I mean? But I don't know how she feels about it. That's the thing. Maybe I'm crazy.
Wow.
All right.
But I mean, you don't just get married. Like you try to date, right? Or is it like an instant wedding?
Well, you might show up right to the reunion in your tux. You bring
A pact is a pact.
You bring the pastor with you.
Yeah.
You pinky swear.
You promised.
So wait, what was it like when you guys reconnected at the 20-year high school reunion?
At the reunion, I see her, and she gave me a big hug.
Aw.
But she didn't seem as excited as I was, and I'm thinking, oh, is it because of the pact? Because we're both over 35 and both single. But
she is single.
She was just kind of cold toward me, to be honest, for the rest of the night, and it almost seemed like she was talking to everybody else but me.
Oh, she's mad at you or something.
Or maybe you're just, I mean, maybe you're being oversensitive, you know? Like, it seems like you guys have kind of drifted apart. I mean.
Yeah, but she drifted apart with everybody else too, and she was having fun with them.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, did you bring up the pact that you guys made directly to her?
I didn't, and
Okay.
I was just kind of guessing because maybe it made her uncomfortable thinking, oh, there's the guy I promised I'd marry, you know, when we were both single. And
Yeah.
I could kind of see, like, maybe she just didn't want to talk about it with you, and she thought you would bring it up.
It's like when you're avoiding a guy at the bar and you're, like, diverting him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know what she was thinking. So I reached out on Facebook afterwards, actually, and I said, hey, we didn't get to connect at all. Like, everything okay? And
that's good.
I got no response.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Dang, there's something wrong, man.
Okay.
I mean, we're starting from the thumbs up. You don't send that unless you're just like, I'm acknowledging what you're saying, but I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, you're usually mad.
It is kind of passive-aggressive feeling.
So
It
is
is.
that Facebook message with no response, that's the last time that you talked to her?
Yep, that was the last time.
You obviously
wait.
stood her up at the
And
altar.
that's when you reached out to us to get some closure here.
Yeah.
Like, what are you wanting to get out of the closure call? Do you want to see if she's still willing to follow through on your promise?
What?
Whoa,
Is that
like a
that's a
legit
huge question.
I'm asking him.
We don't have to get married or honor the pact, but I definitely think, like, we'd be good going on a date or being friends again at the very least.
Okay, so Vincent, you know how this works, obviously. You've been working with our producer to come up with some questions that we've already sent out to Gina.
Yep, we did.
Okay, so we printed out her answers. No one else in the studio has heard them yet.
So she did respond via email to these questions.
Unless somebody like typed them out for her, which would be kind of weird, but we got a response.
It's just
my
like
gosh.
50 thumbs up.
It might be.
Just a K.
Remember, Vincent does not know the answers either. He's going to hear them for the very first time
We're all going to get closure.
from his old high school friend who he made a pact with 20 years ago that they'd get married if they were both single by this point.
I'm curious to even hear your questions.
Yeah. We're going to find all that out when we do your closure call next. All right, we're already running short on time, mainly because of the intriguing story we just heard from one of our listeners, Vincent. Because 20 years ago, he was drinking on the roof after senior prom with his good friend. Not even his date that night, just a friend named Gina. And together they made a pact that they would get married by age 35 if they were both still single.
Oh, yeah.
So fast forward past 35, they're at their 20-year high school reunion, and she acts weirdly cold to him the whole night, even though she did visit him after college and even stayed with him for the weekend.
Yeah, but that was when they were in college, right? Like, you know, it's been a long time.
So Vincent is wondering, was the pact on her mind? Why was she acting so weird at the reunion? Because she barely talked to him and didn't even respond to his last Facebook message that he sent her. So that's why he's reached out to us to do a closure call today. And as you know how this works, Vincent worked with our producer to send 4 different questions to Gina. She answered all of them. And we're about to read them right now. So, Vincent, apparently the first question that you talked with our producer about, you said you just wanted to make her laugh.
Yeah.
It would lighten her up.
It's really
smart.
It's smart. It reminds her of the friendship that you guys once had, your connection.
Hey, they could still have a friendship.
Yeah, don't make it sound so like
guys-
forever over.
He said that they only message each other like on Facebook
I
once
want to
a
know
year.
the joke.
Okay.
All right, so you guys sent Gina a joke, and you had our producer write one sentence. It was, "It's been a while. Are your 3 favorite things still eating my family and not using commas?"
Huh?
What?
You get it? Like, not using commas, eating, comma, my family.
It's kind of a visual
I
joke.
got
It
it.
took a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For everybody else.
Probably works better over email.
Yeah, Vincent,
I
that's
loved it.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I felt like that was a good opener.
Yeah.
You guys had a lot of grammatical inside jokes back in the day, I'm guessing. But Gina replied. She said, quote, "Still funny. Smiley face."
Oh,
Hey, good. Smiley face
Simple.
is really good vibe.
Yeah.
not
so-
even a full sentence.
No.
Still, the smiley face speaks a lot of its own.
Yeah, there's like 100 words hidden inside of that smiley
Exactly.
face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't really get an LOL, but
Yeah.
it sounds like we might be warming her up.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're off to an okay start, but this next question might change the mood a little.
Why? What did you do next, Vincent?
Well, obviously we had to get to the more serious meat of things, so we sent We've been friends for so long. I would really appreciate 100% honesty. I don't understand why you're not responding to me on Facebook. Did I make you feel uncomfortable at the reunion because of our dumb pact?
Whoa,
I
we
could
just
tell
went in.
something was off.
Okay,
Whoa.
that's good.
Big one.
Be
So
direct.
we brought up the pact right away.
I don't know what else it could be other than that. I really don't know.
I'm just going to read it. Gina wrote back, I'm sorry that happened, but yes, it was extremely awkward for me, but it had nothing to do with the pact. Please don't hate me, but the truth is, I felt so guilty because a decade ago, I went through some hard times, got into drugs,
Oh no.
stole from my family, ended up with no money.
Oh my God.
And then at my lowest point, I stole your identity.
Wait,
What?
What?
I'm sorry. What?
identity?
Wait, Vincent, what?
She says, I never told you this, but I racked up a lot of debt under your name.
Oh.
And every time I see you online or in person now, I can't bear to face you. I'm so ashamed.
Oh my God, bro.
Are you freaking serious?
Wait.
Did you go through
Oh.
like an identity crisis thing? Like with
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was over a decade ago.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I mean-
Are
so
you
she's known
angry?
this whole time.
Like, what is your first, like, I'm just shocked. Like, I did
Yeah.
not see that coming
I mean-
whatsoever.
Vincent, you said that you guys connected and she spent the weekend with you that one time after college. Is that maybe, do you think that's where she could have swapped your credit card or something?
It must have been.
Yeah.
When I went through that, I mean, it was really tough for me. It took me years to get my credit back to normal, you know.
I bet.
I just never would have thought that was her that did that.
We have the third question here.
Which is
Which is-
nothing to do with that.
I know.
Yeah.
It feels weird because we
Matter?
sent all these at once.
Yeah.
And so we probably wouldn't have sent the rest of these
The
had we
next-
gotten that answer.
The next
But
question's like, how's your credit?
the next one, we asked if there was any chance at reconciliation for a friendship or anything. Which, again, I don't know if we would have asked that if we had known she'd stolen his identities.
Do you still want that, Vincent?
I really just want to hear what she has to say. I'm almost speechless.
Yeah.
Well, she responded by saying, I doubt after you know the truth now you'd want anything to do with me. I totally get it.
That's it? That's all she said?
And then she asked for your PIN number too.
He's
that was all
lying.
she
She
said.
did
That was all
not.
she said for that one.
She's
I
like,
mean,
what's
she-
your mom's maiden name?
Probably wouldn't steal again, right?
I mean, that's
I
the
don't
thing. She just
know.
feels terrible.
Yeah.
And as she should.
There's
right?
no
She
there's no
knows
good
it.
way to deliver this
No.
news to anybody to make them
Right.
smile. But
It's pretty amazing she was so honest.
let's get to the last question that we sent her, which was regarding the pact. Can we amend it to 40 if you're getting
Oh.
cold feet?
This is all out of whack.
I'm
Yeah.
willing to go up to 45. LOL.
Yeah, I said that when I was in a good mood. I didn't know about the identity step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figured.
Just
Well,
a small detail that you
Yeah.
might want to know
I
before
still want to know what
marriage.
she said.
She is resourceful, so it could be good to be on her side and be aligned with her in that way. But
True.
Gina did write back and she said, considering my credit score at this point, and probably yours, it would be a bad financial decision to consider merging our lives.
Oh, wow.
But she says, but it's a sweet thought.
Oh,
I'm just happy I'm
the
sober
knife.
and clean, and I hope
That's
you're
awesome.
happy too. Maybe down the line we can be friends again if you can forgive me.
Oh,
That's a good question, Vincent.
that's a big statement she just made.
Forgive her or press charges?
Yeah.
What do you wanna do, buddy?
I think it's too late for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I really need to process all this.
But, you know,
Totally.
people are different when they're under, an addiction. I don't know. I kind of lean towards forgiveness on this one, if you can get there.
Yeah.
At least she didn't blame you for getting her hooked on drugs and drinking on that one night you spent on the roof together.
Oh, this was all
She
your
could have
fault.
pinned the whole thing on you.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I
So-
didn't mention we did smoke some crack.
Yeah.
High school memories.
Oh.
That's a positive.
No wonder you
Right,
stayed up to
Vincent?
watch the sunrise.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
That closure call happened about 4 months ago.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I'm still, shaken by
Well-
it. Really.
Now Vince is back on the phone to give us an update. And Vince, everybody here is wondering, I'm assuming that we're doing this call because you actually met up with Gina again?
I did, yes.
Oh my God.
Wow. And your
What?
name is still Vince, legally.
Yeah. What was going through your head?
Well, We reconnected, we started chatting,
Uh-huh.
and we just decided to meet up and grab some drinks at a bar.
Hey.
So you weren't angry at all. Like, I was just wondering if after you processed.
Oh, I was angry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was, but we did talk, and I thought, well, okay, let me meet up and see what happens.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we met up at a bar, and she felt horrible for what she did. She was very apologetic.
Mm-hmm.
She offered to pay for the entire night. We had food and drinks, and
With whose credit card?
Yeah.
interesting you would ask.
Oh.
We were telling stories for a few hours. It was actually really nice, and we were
Yeah.
definitely connecting.
Good.
And then she went to close out her tab,
Yeah.
and the bartender says, "What's the name on the card?"
Oh, okay.
And
Mhm.
the name was Ann Steen or something. I don't even know what the name was. Ann something.
It wasn't Gina?
Oh, no.
Definitely wasn't Gina.
Oh.
No.
Oh, I thought she had like mended her old ways.
Yeah, doesn't appear so. And she just kind of smirked at me, and apparently drinks were on Ann.
Oh. So where are you guys going to go next?
Yeah.
Maybe get a vacation in there.
Nowhere. We have not talked since.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught up in that mess, bro.
He got home and immediately checked his wallet to make sure
Yeah.
his information was still there.
Because Becky's like, where's my home?
Yeah.
Thanks for keeping us posted on your life, Vincent. Make sure you stay in touch, all
Yeah,
right?
good luck out there.
Sure thing.
All right.
Thanks, guys.